That's me, Curtis Hines. I would love to tell y'all that I've been the best husband and best father in the world. Nah, not at all. I failed many times for many years, but I wanted to do better, not only for myself, but for my wife and kids, and the people that love me. I want to share with you all on how I became a better man, a better husband, and a better father. How y'all doing? This is Committing to Your Commitments. I am Curtis Hines. Man, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you all. I'm just here to inspire you, motivate you. Like, my guys, look, hey, that's what I'm about, man. I'm about just giving y'all my experience in life, what I had to go through to overcome so many obstacles as a man, as a father, and a husband, in hopes, like I said, to help you to just maybe alter your perspective on some areas that you may be struggling with as well. Like I said, it's for my guys, it's for my men. I am here for you, man. I'm doing this for you, as well as a reminder, to myself, like, hey, make sure, we working on these things. Hey, Curtis, don't forget this, don't forget that. So that's what I'm about, man. And this episode, I want to talk about your kids are a reflection of you. That's right. The last few episodes I've been talking about, you are the father, being there for your kids, doing it together, just despite the relationship you have with your child's mom, just figuring out ways to do it together, because overall your kids are a reflection of you. And I say that because that's something I felt like that crippled me. My dad wasn't in my life, so I dealt with a lot of anger issues because I didn't understand as I got older, like, hey, where's my dad? Like, what this guy doing before he passed, and I just dealt with a lot of just mystery, like, what's going on? Like, why is it this way? Or, just being raised by my mom and my two older sisters, I just didn't get it. Like, what's you start thinking like, oh, what's wrong with me? What did I do? Did I do anything wrong or whatever? Until, my dad passed, and then it was like, well, I guess I'll never know. Like, man, I never know what it was. Cause I always felt like, as I got older, then there would be a point where I would reach out. Like, I could reach out and talk to him and figure this out or whatever. But I dealt with a lot of issues because of missing my father, like not having my dad in my life, and knowing the habits he did have when I did see him and everything. He had drinking issue. The last few times I saw him, he was drunk. So that played a role in my life because I felt like he ran from his responsibilities, and I felt like the drinking was a part of that, like his escape. And as much as I tried not to be like him, when I had kids, that was something I did it anyway. Like, I became a part of him anyway. So, I'm saying that to say that it is true. Like, we really are a reflection of our kids. And I feel because of the way my dad was, and I truly didn't know him as a person, but the vivid memories I do have of him, those were the ones that I remember the most, to where I felt like it kind of influenced me to where, like, oh man, I'm just gonna drink away my issues. I'm gonna drink away my problems, because I felt like, well, I guess that's kind of what my dad did. So, I guess I'll drink my problems away too. And, it just took a while for me to really get control of not blaming him for my actions, So although I was a reflection of him and how he was, I don't want my kids to be a reflection of me. If that's the way I'm going, then if that's, because I don't know if that's how his father was. Maybe there was something he was dealing with, and that was his excuse or whatnot to drink his, to run from his responsibilities or to drink his responsibilities away or whatever, to where I'm doing the same thing now. I'm a reflection of him. He may have been a reflection of his dad. And, oh, I have kids now. Wait a minute. What am I showing them And I'm doing the same thing. So yes, I really truly believe that you really do have that power. We have that control to change the cycles, to break cycles. And I want you guys to understand that your kids truly are a reflection of you. Like, you really have the power to show them something that they can mimic, that they can be sponges of, and they will have a better way of going, a better way to deal with things, a better way to express themselves. And that's where I had to grab control and be like, wait a minute, I don't want my kids to be like me in this, like in this situation. Like, I don't want my kids to become alcoholics. I don't want my kids to drink their problems away or run from their responsibilities, because my kids were seeing it. They were seeing me coming home late at night. They were seeing me, running out, without spending, like, they were seeing it to where, man, like it was hitting me more and more as the drinking became out of control, that, wait a minute, like, they're gonna think that this is okay. My kids are gonna see this and be like, wait a minute, I guess that's fine if dad's doing it. And I don't think we think about that enough on what we're putting out there into the world, what our kids truly see. Like, we tell our kids one thing, and they always say, what is it? Do as I say, not as I do. But the kids always do as you do, not as you say. So I could, I was talking to my kids all the time, telling them, oh yeah, don't drink and don't do drugs and all this stuff. But here I am drinking every chance I get around them. So what kind of example was I setting? My kids was seeing it. And I didn't want that. I didn't want to continue that cycle. I didn't want to continue to show my kids what I had seen. I don't want my kids to see what I saw, and maybe even what my dad saw. I had to be the one to say, hold on, let me cut this off now. Let me stop now. And I stopped. Like, I gave up drinking. Like, I had to stop that because I didn't want my kids to continue to see that and think that that's fine. So I really had to really cut that down, cut it off. I had to change. So now the guy that my kids see is someone that's a hard worker, someone that's focused, someone that's self-motivated, someone that doesn't make excuses, someone that's straightforward. Like, when my kids ask me things now, I'm gonna tell them straight up the truth. I'm not just saying no, or you don't need that, or don't do this, or don't do that, don't like, no. Hey, here's why I don't think that that's a good idea. I have real conversations with my kids now. I'm here spending time with my kids now. I'm stepping in as a man, as a father, as a husband, and showing my kids what they need to see, because I definitely want them to be a reflection of me now. I thank God that I had this second chance to say, hey, my life don't have to continue to be this way. My kids' lives don't have to continue to be this way, seeing their dad live in such a way. Hey, I can do something about that. And that's what I chose to do. I made a choice to say, my kids will witness and see the best version of their dad. And that's what I'm doing each and every day. Every single day, I am trying my best each and every day to show them so they can see the version that I truly want them to see. Because no matter how many times I talk to them, they're going to see what I do, and they're going to go with that. So I don't have to talk their ears off. I don't have to talk them into a coma. I just need to act on the things that I want my kids to do, and to act, like, to show. Like, I want to see those things in them. Like, the way I am now, it's a blessing. I'm so grateful that I have this opportunity to show my kids how it's supposed to be done. Hey, you're supposed to work. You're supposed to provide. You're supposed to protect. You're supposed to be honest. You're supposed to meditate. You're supposed to work out. You're supposed to eat healthy. Don't do drugs. Like, I'm showing them all these things without even having to say anything. I don't have to say much, because I'm showing them. And I want them to be that reflection that I am now. And I know it's been, years, so many years, because I know the years I put in showing them that negative side, that wrong side of me, is going to take just as much time for them to see that positive and more focused side of me. So that's why I know I really got to put in overtime with my kids and the showing and the actions, because I know they saw some in me to where like, hey, I don't think that's right, but is it okay because dad doing it? So I'm eliminating that past. I'm eliminating those memories and creating these new memories and creating this new look on life when they think about their dad, when they think about, well, what would dad do? Like, oh, my dad did that. My dad was doing this. Like, dad, was honest. Dad, like, I'm showing them the things that I want them to be, and I want them to see and understand that this is the way it's supposed to be. So I really hope that makes sense, fellas. I really encourage you now, whatever you've been showing your kids, man, that's what they're going to go with. That's what they're going to say is acceptable. Man, the verbal abuse, physical abuse, and all that stuff, when it's half and half. You get some people that see that and grow up around it, and that's what they would do. You got some that just don't want to do that and never will do that because they don't want to experience that. But I don't want to roll the dice and hope that my children would choose to have that don't want to be that way, versus my kids choosing that other half to say, okay, I'm going to be verbally, physically abusive. I'm going to not be responsible. I'm going to lie. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to steal. Like, I don't want to take that chance. I want to live in such a way as their father that I'm making the best choices and the best decisions that's going to give them that outlook to say, well, I want to do that. I see that that's the way it's supposed to be done. So I want to choose to do it that way. I don't want my kids to hate me. I don't want my kids to resent me. I don't want my kids to feel some kind of way later on in life because I was a deadbeat, because I was physically, verbally, I was abusive. I cheated. I did drugs. I don't want my kids to hate me for what I'm doing now. I don't want them to hate me later on in life. And your kids have nothing to do with it. And you realize, oh, well, I wonder why they don't love me. I wonder why my kids don't mess with me. My kids don't come around, and why they won't. Like, nah, I don't want to go through that later on in life. So again, man, I encourage you to change, like adjust, fellas. Like, fathers, hey, like, give your kids something that they can see and really hold on to, something of value, something that's going to add just positivity to their lives, something that's going to truly change their lives for the better. Show them. Like I said, you can talk their ears off, but what they see you doing is what they're going to go with. I promise you that. So let's act upon, let's show them, like I said, the way it's supposed to be done. Let's show them how it's supposed to be done. Your kids truly are a reflection of you. And your kids either gonna hate you for being the way you are now, or they're gonna love you for showing them that, hey, thank you for showing us the way it's supposed to be done. It's gonna go either way. Because I tell my kids at this point, like, what I'm showing them, what I've been showing them these last few years, like what I'm giving them, and I know I'm gonna continue to show them that. I don't want my kids to have an excuse. I don't want my kids to have an excuse not to try. I don't want my kids to later on in life to have kids and think that, oh, my dad didn't give a care. He didn't care. I don't want my kids to go through that. So please, fellas, make the right adjustments, man, for real. Like, the kids are watching. They're watching. They are watching. They're seeing. They're seeing everything that you're doing. They're seeing it. They're seeing the way you talk to their mom. They're seeing the way that you talk to other people. They're seeing the way you treat other people. They're seeing the way you treat their mom. They're seeing it. They're seeing if you stand at home doing nothing all day. They're seeing it. They're seeing if you are going to work. They're seeing if you are providing. They're even seeing if you are protecting. Are you a protect? Like your kids are watching and seeing everything, and it will affect them. Like that will. They are going to mirror it one way or the other. They're gonna mirror you. So be careful what you're showing your kids, man. They are truly a reflection of you. So let's get serious, guys. Let's change. Let's alter. Take it one day at a time. Whatever you don't want your kids doing, make sure you're not doing it. It don't matter because you're an adult, you grown. That don't matter. It don't matter. If you truly feel like you need to be doing this and doing it, you better make sure your kids not around. Make sure your kids don't see it, because if they're seeing it and they're watching it, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They may not do it in your face, but they're gonna do it. They're gonna find a way to do it because you're doing it. So I truly hope this helps, fellas, man. I encourage you guys, my kings, my gentlemen, man, my leaders, like all of you guys, man. Take it one day at a time, man. Show your kids how it's supposed to be done. Show them each and every day how it's supposed to be done. Show them. More actions. More actions. More actions. That's it. I'm living it. I'm doing it. It didn't start off that way, but I'm glad. I'm thankful that, hey, I don't want my kids to be this way. Let me change. Let me show them. I thank God for this opportunity. I thank God to be able to make this video and share my life with you, share my experience, share my thoughts with you, because I truly hope this helps, man. I love you guys. I respect you guys. And hey, if you're looking for more inspiration and motivation from me and want to get to know more about me, at Curtis J. Hines, I'm everywhere: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm all over the place. If you like what you're hearing, hit the like button, the subscribe button, even the notification button. Like this, share this, comment. Man, I appreciate y'all. Come back, because I'll be back, man. All right. See y'all soon.